But next up, we're going to try the 550, I'm sorry, the 562 Mark II. And I've got the Jeff Seacombe chain back on there. Let's check it out. Look at how little teeny tiny those teeth are. Now he had it set up, kind of like a square grind chain. I mean, it's still round ground, of course. That's the rules for Sawfest. But it was set up similar to a square grind in the manner of the angle of the top plate was kind of blunt. Right? You see a lot of square grind chain is like that, at least from what I've seen anyways. So I went ahead, you know, he sent me a message. He's like, maybe that chain's just dull. You gotta sharpen it. Because I've been having issues with it, trying to get it to eat and everything. But I didn't want to touch anything because, well, he sharpened it. And, but yeah, maybe it was so keen that the first time it touched wood, it hit a knot and it got dull. I don't know. But I went ahead and I sharpened it, took even more off of the rakers. Now, according to the Husqvarna raker gauge that you can get with these X-cut chains, or for these X-cut chains, it's on the softwood setting for the rakers. And I went ahead and lined up that top plate angle in accordance with the witness mark on the actual chain itself, on the top plate. So we'll see how she cuts. And then once we test this out, we will switch to a regular out-of-the-box C83. That's pretty damn good. That feels fast as can be. That feels really good. I do believe this might be the moment in which I finally run a C83 that has been sharpened to be faster than it is straight out of the box. Yeah. If I was a guessing man, which in these videos I am, yeah, I would make the guess that this chain is going to outrun the stalker. It feels really good now. Really, really good. Like, that's nice. All right, stock C83. This chain has only had 2 cuts in softwood at Sawfest last year. And if you're familiar with what I'm talking about, then you'll know that one of the cuts didn't go all the way through. I didn't cut out. It wasn't that I cut out, it was that I didn't make it all the way through. I chose to run this a 16-inch bar whenever I should have been running a 20-inch bar. Ask Dub about it. He got $100 extra in his pocket because of that little mistake. We had a little side bet going on. I don't have any side bets going on with anybody this year. I just don't. Nothing, no real reason. All right, let's see what the stock chain can do. Boy, what is causing that? Did my flywheel slip? That's going to be a real problem at the race, man. I don't know. Wow, that felt fast too. Hard to beat these C83s. You're tired of hearing me say it. That's pretty damn good. Yeah! It's about damn time. Woo! Big thank you to Jeff Seacombe, because I could not have made that chain cut the way that it does without Jeff. Jeff, he did a lot of work on that tooth, and all I had to do was come in there and I had to lower the rakers a lot, okay? Which I'm gonna, Jeff is my friend, okay? and so don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna fuck with Jeff a little bit. What the hell, Jeff? You didn't take the rakers down? I mean, I had to take a mile off of those rakers. And then obviously the angle of the top plate wasn't where it needed to be, but to Jeff's defense, he's used to doing square chain and stuff. So anyways, but he did a lot of work on that tooth as far as getting that file in there and skinnying it up and everything. It is still follows the Sawfest rules, and it's not a race chain or anything like that. But that right there, proof is in it. That was my first time cutting with that chain. So the very first cut, I'm feeling it out more than anything, all right? Then the second and third cut, I'm figuring out how I can push on this chain and get it to eat and stuff. And yeah, whenever, what was that? What was the difference there? Yeah, that was 10.97 seconds to 12.17 seconds. And the runs were extremely similar too, okay? I had on my upcut, before I came back down, there was a long ring, and then on both saws, all right, the runs were very similar, but that is over a full second. That's like a second and a third faster than what it was with the stock chain. So that's a big deal. That wins races. So I will definitely be running this chain on the 562 whenever I'm at Sawfest, and hopefully we will actually be able to score a good time right there. Yeah, so she's cutting really good, really good, and I'm really happy finally get that damn chain dialed in. But that tells you a little bit about me. I think I've had that chain for 2 years. I think. Close to it. Really close. And I'm just now getting it dialed in. Number one, I'm especially 2 years ago, I was terrible at sharpening chains. I've been getting better and better and better and better. And so I finally felt comfortable touching that chain because he had worked so hard on it, you know? And so I finally felt comfortable enough to do it. And then at the same time, I'm busy. I got a million irons in the fire. And so it finally came full circle and I got around to it. And big thank you very much to Jeff for his patience in me as a human being. You know, because he could have been like, what the hell, man? I worked hard on that chain. Get to work. Whoa, 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 whoa. But, you know, he wasn't at all. And, but yeah, between the two of us now, we finally have a chain that's undeniably faster than a stock C83, which is a big deal, you know, for me at least. For some of you guys out there, you know, oh, that's not a big deal. And then you never do a proper test whatsoever in your life. You just go by feel and go, yeah, see, that's a lot faster. Show up to a race, mother trucker, and you get your ass handed to you, because I'm telling you, so much stuff you see online and everything. A lot of people like to bitch and complain, and they like it. It's like their hobby and stuff, you know. But you show up to a real race and you're just like, oh, yeah, my shit ain't all I thought it was going to be. But, you know, I can't do anything but encourage you to do it, because it's fun as all get out. And nobody's, I mean, if we go up there to Sawfest, oh, what's his name? Oh, God, he pimps out the vegan, or the soybean chain oil. Oh, what's your name, buddy? I feel so bad that I don't have your name right there on my lips. But anyways, he showed up, I think last year at Sawfest, and he was running a Johnson Red 2255, you know, and hey, those are good saws. I had one. That was my first big saw. And I loved it. I loved that saw. So it's the same thing as the Husqvarna 455 Rancher. But it's Johnson Red, so it's cooler. Anyways, he's running that thing, and, you know, and he just got like just a stock chain on there. You know, it's probably a Oregon LGX or something like that, you know, safety rakers and all. And he's slow as a freaking dog dragging its ass on the carpet, you know what I mean? But did anybody come up to him and say, what are you thinking showing up with that? Of course not. No, we're glad to have him, you know. It's nobody's going to... So as much as I'm talking shit right now in this video to the people that would never show up to a race and they would get their ass handed to them and stuff, come on out. I mean, Sawfest, I think this year they got like 43 competitors signed up. They had room for 50. So I think that's what it was. I mean, show up. It's fun. And if you run into an old freaking McCulloch 610 or something like that, great. Nobody's going to like bitch at you and make fun of you. I mean, there might be a little bit of teasing because we like you or something like that. But show up to a race and have fun. It's a fun. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that's like, oh, I can get it faster than out of the box. Sure you can. It's harder than you think with the C83 at least. The Oregon and a lot of stuff, I can get it faster than out of the box. But that's me. I'm not very good at sharpening a chain. So anyways, I can't do anything but encourage. Show up to an event. Have fun. Nobody is going to mess around with you and claim that you shouldn't be there or anything. We all have our own little insecurities and stuff. Don't let this be one of them. Go to an event, have a good time, and just enjoy the good company. I mean, am I going to win Sawfest? Hell no. I mean, I want to, Maybe some year it'll be in the cards for me, but it's not what it's about. It's about going and having fun and hanging out with people and just talking about chainsaws, man. I mean, and you get a chance to run everything, and it's crazy how, like, whenever I go up there this year, let's say I run 100 different chainsaws. That's a stretch. I get tired of the buzzing, and I just want to talk with people, you know. I'm a motor mouth. And but let's say I run 100 chainsaws. Out of the 100 that I run, probably 90 of them will feel exactly the same, you know. And it's like, yep, that feels like a really good, well-ported saw. Yep, so does that. Yep, so does that. The other 10, you might go, there might be, you know, 3 or 4 of them that you're like, this is a dog. But you don't say that because you're kind, you're nice, you're friendly, you know. And then you got like 6 of them that you go, holy shit, man, what did you do to that? There's very few of the saws are capable of blowing everybody away. You know what I mean? Typically, you'll only have 1 or 2 saws per class that just annihilates the competition. And, you know, those are the guys that, you know, I can't hang with. I mean, we hang out, but as far as racing goes, I can't hang with those guys. And I'm fine with that, you know? I mean, Dino Joe, he always shows up with some really killer saws, right? Really killer. Charlie Briscoe, of course, always shows up with some really killer saws. But even a lot of his, too. You know, like, well, a perfect example, he's produced a lot of, like, 50cc saws that are 6+ horsepower, and some 6.5 and stuff like that. And you run them and you're like, does that really feel any different than my 5.5 horse? You need a race to tell. See what I'm saying? You know? And then the race, yeah, you can see it. But as far as just running it, you know, I've said it before, like, it's still just a chainsaw. It's a rare beast that you mess with, that comes out, that you go, whoa. Now, I've ran them, you know, I have, but they all just kind of blend together. And your good ported chainsaw will feel as good as my good ported chainsaw, and on and on and on. So don't get discouraged. And even if you got a stocker with just a muffler mod or completely stock, show up, have fun. You know, that's what it's about. And so I've been getting a lot of questions about when is Sawfest, where is Sawfest, blah, la, 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 la. All right. I'm not going to give out the address on one of my videos because it's the address of Eric's house. You know, I don't feel comfortable doing that. But here's the deal. It's 11th and 12th of October this year. The best way to get information on it is the official Sawfest page on Facebook. Just go to Facebook and just type in Sawfest, and you'll see it. You know, do a search for Sawfest group, right? That's the best way. At the top, there's going to be featured, right? Click on featured. There's different posts in there, and those posts will tell you all about the classes, all about the times to get there, the dates, and the address. Okay? So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I am really looking forward to Sawfest this year.